Hey, can you schedule that? Okay. Again, to our front office training. First, we're having this training where folks from offices are attendance, so that is great. Good job and put together. We have very strong policy. We said what do we vision, mission, and core values do we have? Then manage effectively. That's one of the things that I'll be talking about. Different things, but managers or future managers or assistant managers, what are the tools, what are some of the tricks that all of us can use to manage more efficiently and effectively? Then we'll jump into smart scheduling, going into a new paradigm where we have hygienists in our offices, so we do a different scheduling template. Then we'll jump into treatment planning, which is a very important topic for today. She's talking about process, how we present cases, how we overcome objections, what's the right thing to say, what is the not thing to say, how in financial options, etc. We will talk about phone skills, which is how we deal with our patients, so they're very, very important. And then in the end, I will be talking about reports, EOD, audit reports, and dashboard. I'm sorry, that's stopping.
Don't forget
talking about also. That is another new thing that is gathering momentum now, and we are in 3 offices, and we might start in a few more places depending on where we are patients. So, okay, interactive session. Please ask questions. Raise hand, ask questions. Let's make it interactive. Okay, so don't be too formal. But try to learn, try to see what's important for you in your role. Learn it, remember it, make notes. Our vision, mission, and core values. What does vision mean? Who wants to answer that? What do we mean by our vision?
For practice beliefs.
That is what our goals are, right? Yes. So it means, what do we want to become tomorrow? And because if we don't know where we want to go, how will we, what to take, what to take, what exit to take, right? So as to be the best dental office in our community. Because there are, how many other offices, Crystal?
3.
There's
Trinity. Oh, well, yeah.
There are offices, right? So you're in Trinity Dental. You have Dr. McClintock right next door. You have Dr. Stevens, senior and junior, and then Dr. Nora, who doesn't know us a lot, and us. So this is community. Now you can extend it to Dayton, probably to Highlands, right? Ortho, then you're probably talking Humboldt or in town. So our community, our here is to be the dental office in Crosby. What does best mean? Anyone, what does best mean? It's a very subjective term, right?
Best quality of care.
Yes. Both answers, by the way. But to me, the way we have defined it, best means 10 times better than any other office. 10 times. So better than any other office in 10 different ways. Right, you can call it subjective. In what dimension? Best for our patients. In fact, what kind of experience they get in our office once they step in. Actually, in that, once they dial our number, who they hear. Some of listening until really that your coin is being recorded. Please hang up if you don't want to. Right? To Then they step in, what they, people are smiling or they are busy with their computers. There's no floor. There. Are they friendly? Are they listening to me? Do they even care? Pain in the tooth, and you talking about SRP. Services. Clinical services meaning providing full range of clinical services, not referring them out, not making them come again and again and again. Quality care. Options. Giving them all different options so that finances doesn't come in the way. Best for employees. Two ends of the spectrum, 9 to 5 job, come in, clock in, make 15 an hour, go back. What's there? I don't do the same thing in next 2, 3, 5 years. I want to grow. So that platform that we provide, that's what we believe in. So we believe in, strongly in providing training, professional growth. This is a career, and job satisfaction. We are taking care of our patients. We are trying to become the best dental office. So there's purpose there. When you feel satisfied, I achieved something. That patient, on Facebook, that this is the best dental office he spoke to. Right? So that satisfaction is. Any questions, any thoughts, comments on vision? This I would like to really clarify that because we talked about patient experience quite a bit in the last 2 months, driven by this. This is the vision. So we strongly believe in it. So urge you or encourage all of you to be thinking about these things. Why do we come to work? There's a very subtle difference between vision and mission. By the way, all this is on our website also, smilepoint.us. If you look at vision, which we just discussed, was what do we want to become tomorrow? Mission is what do we want to do today? And this leads us to tomorrow. So today, come in, this is what we do. We provide highest quality dental care to our communities in a pandemic environments, and giving our patients first-class patient experience. Highest dental care. These are family-like environment and patient experience. Again, you should have in the back of your mind, anytime you do something that makes you wonder that, geez, is this the right thing? Always go back to your mission and vision, core values. Okay. I'm happy asking for a refund. What should we do? There was a planning prices. What should we do? Quite all gray areas, and you wonder, okay, what do I do? So these will be your guidelines, your lighthouses. They will guide you. Course. And we talk about values. What do you believe in? Care, always our topmost priority. Without patients, beware, doors will be shut. Excellence. We deliver the best every day. What does it mean? Let's spend a minute. What I mean by excellence. Maggie.
Going the extra mile.
Yes.
Excellent. For example, my ortho cases, I like to personally go to them. Hi, Dr. Thank you for coming. I offer you a cup of coffee. You get that coat, I mean, hang it for you. Just going your mile. Don't just, okay, here's your paperwork. You can go ahead and have it. Okay. Lots of forms that they need. I know we have patients come to our office that tell you they can't read. And just going out there sitting beside them and going out for
Yes. Lisa?
Just doing anything we can to offer them any type of help, any type of satisfaction, working hard to make them leave here wanting.
Right. So, excellent means not being satisfied with mediocre effort or mediocre results. So it's time, and it affects each and every facet of what we do, be it with a typo, be talking to a patient and saying, be right back with you instead of saying, can I please put you on hold? Be a line on the screen. No, it's okay. It's a blurry line. That's okay. Using a broken pen in front of a patient, it's okay. So it's okay. It's being okay with something broken, something not working, something mediocre. So always striving to be the best every day. I am not okay with mediocre things. That's the mediocre. We want to be the best. It will show single can do much of ourselves. I'm great, but you can't do much without your skilled coordinators and dental assistants and doctors. I can't without all of this. This is great teamwork. Sorry. Integrity and ethics. Doing what is right and ethical. You take it. You don't do fillings without just touching, without not doing fillings. You don't. We do a lot of scope to do things that are not ethical here. Don't even know, but the team can do whatever they want to do. Right. And you guys don't even know, and doctors don't even know, and you can know. Because why? Because one, right thing. Number two, we are here for the long run. No shortcuts. Respect dignity. Each person as an individual.
Taking off the patient.
How many heard stories about doctors throwing instruments on a dental assistant? What kind of environment and mindset does that tell you in those offices? At a level than others, right? They can be rude. They're treating employees or someone else in a different way than they treat themselves. We don't know. To us, everyone is same. Hard, sincerely, respect each other back. Doesn't matter what it is. Do it in your role. For a doctor, do what you're supposed to do. The billing coordinator, do the best you're supposed to do. And both are doing the same thing. It's just the roles and responsibilities. Before we do the management part, questions on our vision, mission, and core values. Units together, these, not this slide, but vision, mission, and core values. Can do on my web. 2 hours over. And these, I had them in my head, but they were not on a piece of paper on a website. We need them. Who can sympathize with that lady? Rosa, do you manage effectively? All manage things in school, okay? We have toys, storybooks, what do we eat, right? And pick up habits forward, and then in a professional place, and we are responsible for managing quite a bit. And I think most go through a proper training on, okay, how do you manage? You do these 10 things, and this is our job. We do these 10 things every day. Suddenly, as you start off thinking you're doing 10 things, suddenly there are 50 things, and you're like, oh, what do we do now? What do I need to do tomorrow? And doing this based on the last phone call you received, email you received, or the last patient was there. And so that the call you just goes on the back burner until that calls again. Hey, what happened to that? So what are some of the tools and tricks? Now having said that, believe it, there are bigger people than us who can done more effectively. Less authors. He has more on his plate than us, but it's pretty fit, and he got things done. Same example. There are not many people. Look at big offices, Walmart, Kroger. They have thousands of stores, thousands of employees. They get things done. Think about when this day you get good experience. They will be there? No. So that means there is a way out. There is light at the end of the tunnel. The question is, how do we get there? So that's what we're talking, and this is a very important topic. Questions, teachers, assistant managers, and all our scaling coordinators. I love scaling coordinators as our future managers. So the two here, who earlier was Jessica, now it's Summer also, and Kimberly. We managed with us who started off as scaling coordinators. So, and Rosie. And Daniel, yeah. So a lot of okay. Let's start with who are managers. What principles do they use? Guesses? Is mindset. They have a mindset that allows them to be effective. They themselves to be open. I know I can say I don't care how many things there are, but you know what? Three things are most important. I'm going to focus on these. Everything else can stay. Planning ahead. Do not schedule drive. Do not let others drive your schedule. And on the office, you have a schedule, and your goal is to make sure to good experience, and you need to really target, and you need to keep your team happy and motivated. How do you do that? Who are your resources? Your team. You can't unless you have a team. So team is your biggest resource. Then you have tools like email, like phone, like calendar. So these are all your tools. So how does them? Your hours, our time. So there are the 6 things that can really help you be effective, and you'll jump into each of these. Let's mindset of an effective manager. How do you think? How big do you dream? Pretty big? What is big?
Trying to make yourself better and office better.
Very good. But how much better? Today? Better than yesterday, better than last week, better than everyone else. Take the that's sort of what you yourself. You. Mindset of manager. How you do you the best? Do it. Do you have faith in you? About belief, right? So here's what I think the big mindset of an effective manager. Number one, just think big and grow. Who can stop you from getting where you want to be? There's only one person, and that is you.
Only person.
Why not? Think big, right? And the minute. America has land of opportunity. Places in the world where you can't really do a whole lot because you're stuck, not country. I came in, even less. I had a job when I came $100. Start believing in yourself. Set goals to achieve them. Favorite point. Smart, hardworking, and vision. These three things mean smart means, right? And quite a few are smart on a relative basis, smart girl, smart boy, smart kid. What are hardworking? All there are hardworking. And very hard. And the doctors. We know anyone said about that. All of you are working. Smart too. They're here. Now, are both smart and hardworking. Right? Look at the third one. It's very few of us who are smart, working, and who have vision. Where you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And then sticking and charting a road, and then stick to it, working towards it by smart and by working on that. Dr. Stogie married in 2003. Working in Deloitte in consulting. She's a academics. She's a gold medalist in the university. When she came here, she had just a degree. She didn't mean anything here because Americans don't care about what study outside. So that's why, what do you study? What do you want to do now? So we started around, and she was giving away she was 25. That's 28. And we did, after doing it, that healthcare seems like a interesting area. These are good. There's job satisfaction and stability in career. And she was interested in that. Okay, let's look into healthcare. And she did physiotherapy. She showed a couple of physiotherapists. First, she really enjoyed. Second, she went into the ward where we had a terminal patient, and doing therapy, came back. We looked at dentistry. She came for 2 weeks, Dr. Lalji in London, actually. She sat there, and she liked what she saw. But then the question, how do we become a dentist? So then I started looking into it. For 4 years, very difficult to get in. The second year in US, it's very difficult. Admissions over here, it's only 50 schools. There are prereqs. You can just apply. There's an exam called DAT, Dental Aptitude Test, but you apply. And for applying, you need to have physics, math, biology, chemistry, English. And even though I studied all these, but they didn't recognize them. So she had to go to community college and take so that's like that still was 1 year. But we did this is what we'll do. 28, 29 at the time. And she was talking about going back to school, national schools, long with prereqs. What we decided, it's a long career. This is the right thing to do. Getting into the prereq, and she did the prereq, and she applied, went into school, graduated in 2009, for 5-6 years. She was working, you opened this office in 2012, we have more offices. So, we had we stuck, we didn't drop out. She was your best. You did. And example, but strongly believe we can do this. Okay. Here, what happened? The schedule is weak. I told the friend, but she didn't work on it. Doctor doesn't look at treatment, that's why you're not getting goals. In our area, I don't have money. They hurt and worked. But you know what? And managers. You're the managers. You are the owners. Take ownership. If something is not working, the money, let me know the name. Because the schedule is working for you. She didn't work on the schedule. It's still your responsibility as a manager. You own the schedule. But let's say that. What should mean? Jessica.
Or something we can do it working on it. Yeah. What I was supposed to do is just get done. I'm gonna work.
That's one of the big answers. This didn't happen. This was the part. You know what? We'll work on it. Instead of you didn't do it. But the facet of it. So the main point here is you in the company, in the office, you are the owner of that office. Now, who feels the micromanage? You don't micromanage. How many calls how many times you get a call saying that, okay, don't go to this, do this, work on this, work on that. No. You are out of your own schedule. So, alignment with our values, peace in our vision and mission. That is when we'll be charting different roads and there'll be friction. Peace and grow. Think big. You can have you're hard working, so for yours and for your team, for your office, your company. Ownership, and all have a sense of what our vision is, what we want to be, what we want to do, and what our values are. And I guess. Third, what the most important thing in the office? Right? So if you have patience, if you have no patience on the bugs, then what can you do? Not much. Right? So, well, let me step back. having what is the most important thing in the office, and then are you spending more time on the most important thing? How many times thinking about that? That is what prioritization is. Prioritization is knowing what's important and what is urgent at all times. Always. Having a sense, okay, I know so many are going on. Phones are buzzing, the kids are seeing, someone is sick. Okay. What is important? And then focus on that. There's so many options in our day. Focus on it. Don't get stuck in the weeds. Track your KPIs, key performing indicators. Have a sense of what's working and what's not. Any given, you should know what is the most important thing. What are your KPIs? Categorize all that you have. This usually helps. I use it all the time. We get it with so many things. So try them in these 4 areas. On the top left, not urgent or important, it's unnecessary. Leave it or to someone else. Important and urgent, high priority. In the bottom 2 quadrants, on the left side, it's urgent only. Not urgent. So you have to take care of it, but do you have to do it? Well, not. Important only. Very important, but not urgent. How do you do it? Right? Now play a game. These tasks in terms of importance and urgency. Or, yeah, this happened to you yesterday. What task is it?
Important and urgent.
Important because you can't do much without a schedule. Is it urgent? Yes, because you need to act now, otherwise the time that you have for the afternoon, 4 hours, this is gone. This is lost. This time, come back. That is in seat. One plug is an empty seat, it's gone. That revenue is lost. Number experience training. Where categorize it? Okay. Anyone else? One and only. Anyone else? Sit over there. It is important because experience is a strategic initiative for us, and it helps us with patient and everything. But maybe it's urgent, but do you have to do it now? Like stop everything else and do it now? We get a calendar and do it tomorrow or later this week, right? So I would put it in important only. Third, going to Walmart to get paper cups. Most important. And most urgent, huh? No. It depends.
We're not patients and there's no, we need them, but we can send somebody else from the office.
Right. Me, this is not urgent or important or urgent only. You're right, delegate it. You don't have to go. Your time is better. Always I do that, but always have an idea of opportunity cost. It's all cost of not doing something. Go, okay, if I go, it doesn't come back as cost. But if you don't go and come back, what will happen when that thing doesn't happen? So if you're smart, and you're not doing something else, and there's a cost. Is that like just like to go to Costco and buying for 50 cents less and coming back in 3 hours. That is smart. Or taking an unpaid, taking from work, makes it $200 a day to clean your house. or to move. You can pay less, right? So that makes sense. What they are?
Important.
Foreign only. Out of closet. Or an urgent, because you can't produce. You can proceed that. It's better not sit top left.
Not important.
For marketing in a fair. All an urgent. Apply the rule, apply filter when we are dealing with things. That. But how many of you have a time calendar on a basis for important things? You are by patient experience training and on claims for AR and things. Next we'll work on this, or next week. Yeah. Good. Main takeaway from the slide: prioritization. All of you have 8 hours. I know you work in more hours, 8-9 hours. But if you do each thing that comes your way, you'll probably take 12 hours. You don't have to do everything. Always prioritization. Always. How about plan our days? Right. Is it or is it time with the whole team so that we are working in the same direction? Right. So planning, meaning. Okay. How to do this? We come, park up, we step in the daily whirlwind or the daily grind or the hurricane, and we get sucked into it. Calls, emails, patients. This is not happening. I need you. You're out of water. And just coming in, taking a deep and first planning, okay, I want to do this. And I also three calls. I have to keep planning these patients. I need to respond to some emails, and I need to work on this. And I need to do marketing, I need to visit the school. That is plan.
30 minutes on list to stop what you're doing. Think about
Yes.
your day.
Mm-hmm. That's a very famous quote by Alan McKean. And is basically trying to fail. This is what happens. The most of us in the country, right? Reactive versus proactive, meaning when we are reacting, right? View is driving your schedule. You're not in control. You have no time. You're stressed out. You're not quite. I can't have that much here. But it happens to most of us. So most not, but significant amount of time. But where it happens to very few of us, very few of the time. Solution plan ahead. You know what you're supposed to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and a monthly basis. Changing every day is your role responsibility changing on a daily basis? No, it's not. You think so, but 80% of the things stay same. We're not a legal office every other or a veterinary office. We're a law office. Same people, things change, but it's the same thing. So you can know on a regular basis. And then know what your daily, weekly, monthly are. You need to prioritize them because when position is knowing what's important, what's urgent. And not important or urgent, delegate that. You don't have to do it. And then time in your calendar for your tasks because the very famous principle is called Pareto principle, also known as 80-20 rule, which means 80% of the results come from 2% of your efforts. Basically, this is important thing. This is when you look at by creating walls, so everything. But it's not important. That's why you're generating maybe 20% result of that. You do is you need to plan so that you can put most of your effort here, not here. How many of you are familiar with the 80-20 rule? How not familiar with it? No. It's a very popular and well-known rule, principle, Pareto principle. And it is applicable in all areas, industries, all facets of our life. Retail, 80% of the sales are in the holiday season, are a big part of it. Accidents happen in parking lots, not highways. If you're in Pandora. So we'll talk about take time to make time. This is the second point. Or at the top, take time to make time. You can create time by knowing what is important and planning for it. Some tips I strongly feel will help all of you. The matters, especially. Spend daily for planning and thinking. That's an investment that will produce much more in the remaining 7 hours. The time schedule for training your employees fixed. If they are doing everything they're supposed to do, their life will be much easier. If you find yourself repeating, that means you haven't trained them well. Have agencies for continuing and building them as well, but very clear in our offices. Our power is out. What is power? So then, yeah, you really get a call or an email. I copy. So everything, because power is out, is urgent. So, you have to act on it. Find out what happened. Who account number? Is it video transfer? Is it now? And if you are planning, if you are contingency planning, then on one time you have already thought about it. Okay, who's the provider for power? This is there's a number, there's a website, there's a username and password, and it's in the office username and password sheet. It's on my phone, so if your computer is down because power is out, you can select. So you know that, okay, I need to call them, find out what happened, and if what's the problem, take care of it. I'm not spending time spending 15 minutes calling 5 different people and then waiting for the response and then calling power. You already have planned for it. So that's going to make planning. Learn how you don't have to do everything that everyone comes to you and asks for. You don't have to say no. Very important, extremely important. Having time for it is the time spent. 1 hour daily, you're wrong. Schedule continuing appointments in the morning, smart scheduling to 11. You're not treatment planning. You have 1 or 2 afternoons when you're seeing only Medicaid patients. Look, just time for yourself. Are you treatment planning? No. So be smart, create time, and create much more time. That's what 80%. Any
Can you give me one what you can think of?
yeah. Users are coming to you. You have 5, 6, 10 employees. They're coming to you with different things. You can say, I will deal with it later. I will take care of it later. You don't have to do it immediately at that time. That's what I mean by no. You don't have to. If I come to you and say something, hey, I need this. Okay, but can I do it on next week because I'm busy with this? No. So that's what I mean, that you don't have to do everything at that moment.
I know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. To nurse, I have anything on my to-do list. The first thing that comes to mind is, can I delegate it? Poor big gets a lot of that. Most of them, and all of you get that. Some of the things that come in my inbox or to-do list. Then is very important. With your team, you're leveraging your resources. You're not really using them. And delegation. Questions? How many of you spend time on a daily basis?
Not here at home. Or I'm out early. When there's no one in the office, there's absolutely no interruptions, nobody can come grab me and come with something urgent.
Days ahead, like the scheduling for the day, you know. There's always something easier than 2 days in advance, 3 days.
Perfect time in a day when you do that?
Morning.
Okay. Anyone else?
Have to stay. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Planning is extremely important. Prioritization is extremely important. Otherwise, we get dragged out in so many different ways we have no idea. Prioritization. What are the most important resources? Right? And we're using at 50%, 100, 120. Today, you're using all your resources at 50%. Without changing the oil for the last 5 years. Versus everything is going smoothly, all your resources are working at 125%. What will be, and you're operating at the same level. You're doing the same in both scenarios, but your team members, your resources, instead of working at 50, demotivated, untrained, not sure what they're supposed to do, attempts. Scenario, it's your team, everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing, and they're completely motivated. What put in both scenarios? What's that? Right.
If you get 50%, you're not going to go as far as if you're working at 100%.
Right, right.
You're not going to provide the qualities that you're holding to.
You're setting up for failure. Because you do all by yourself. Everything you can run, no one all by yourself. And you have to leverage your team members. You performance level. It's working at 100%, manage the room, it's you. when, and this is for not just us, but to give you an example for us, that employees join us, they talk to Emily, they smile point, they look at me, they're excited, they want to join. But everyone is excited, they're motivated. If they're not excited, in some cases their motivation goes down. Who's the main? Not the fellow employees, no, to some extent, but it's made a manager. So it's your job to keep them motivated so that they can perform at 100%, because if they are not performing at 100%, you are not performing at 100%. This is what I think we have in our manager job description also. And define their clear roles and responsibilities. If you have two people in the front, one person in and check out, who's recall patients, who's calling treatment, who's calling from the roster, who's the record person is on holiday. Are you doing it or check-in person? When vice versa. Who's well, checking voicemails. Who's at your office. Things that have to be done on a daily basis. Does everyone in your team know exactly what their roles and responsibilities are? Maybe they do, but do they really do? So the clear these roles and responsibilities are defined easy for you and then to function and deliver. Trainers, how much time do you spend in training them? If you're not them, they are working at 50%, 150%. Working at 50%, then how? Where are you performing at? 50%, less than 50%. And hold them accountable. If you can't do it, you can't hold them accountable. So how are you so? I thought of that. I didn't mean that. I thought I didn't understand, but it might have mattered, so that's not how you manage. Lead roles, responsibilities, metric-based assessment, measurable, holding them accountable. Leverage all small resources. Yes, so many resources. Insurance education. I know they have been backed up. There are 4 people doing IV all day. In January, they had to do so many IVs. They were backed up. So offices, some of I know vendors doing it, and other offices also doing it, and I think they're feeling the pain. Patient calling, they call from first. They can call recall also. So reach out if you need help. Reach out. Use the resources. Know what's out there as a tool, as a resource for you. Quality team. There are so many things for us. If you are sure about something that, hey, how good is our recall program? How's our hygiene program? Reach out. If you need training, reach out to Chantel. If you need help with operations, reach out to Melinda, HR, Emily. Tools. Revenue is such a good tool. There are so many different tools. These are their basic, yourself, and then you have to manage all this. And so you have a team, you have a central team, you have offshore, and you have tools. So use resources, leverage them. Time your day than you wish. No? Really? Probably not. But here's the thing, time can be created. A little bit about it. Have fixed day, week, and month to do certain things. Do not emails at every minute or every 15 minutes. Have fixed time. Make a distraction. If it's urgent, you will get a call. I can wait. But email, address it. Don't just get it hanging. Then you'll get another email, another email. Then you'll get a phone call. And now in 15 minutes, you back same email 5 times and a phone call, and now you're responding, and you could have responded earlier. on the same thing. From offshore, but not because you're not responding the first time, and maybe you're doing things that you're supposed to do, like our manual production from legal shot production. Last a day to planning. To talk first hour in the day. That's, I think, is a very good tool. But again, feel free to schedule for the time. Some day to review your schedule, your patient schedule. Trainers, you should know. You should have some time every month, not a week. Okay, this is 2 hours. I'm going to just spend training. Lead dental assistant, my doctor, whoever. Working requests, ordering office supplies. You should have fixed time when you order office supplies. Stop sending those emergency orders. Should have checked time for your team members. What time you approve, time for payroll. Time when you focus on appreciating your employees. When you do a review with your doctor for treatment planning. To freedom planning. Schedule condition from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Schedule Medicare patients. Delegate. Let computer do the remembering. Calendar. And set our tasks. Use use drive. Oh, geez, I had to call that patient because she was really interested, but she was waiting for tax refund. Just $5 a can. Right? Amazon, Walmart, don't run to every day to get paper cups. Think ahead, order for 1 month. You know how many patients you get every month. That's not changing. You should know how many supplies you need every month. You should order them from Amazon. Just create a time for yourself. Are you hearing me? I didn't mean it. Expectations. I'm going to focus on emails here. Be interest, use bullets. So it gets lost in a big blur. Use bullets. Do not use apps because that means you're shouting. Use visual, please. As I am telling Maggie about ortho. Victoria, I'm copying Rosie because she's going to be Victoria. Or do you have you on your ortho visit for Victoria? Copy Rosie and I copy Larissa. And then she comes to me. She says, and you in the back maybe he thinks it's Leslie. And she replies to me. She replies all. Reply all, reply anything. If it's responding to the sender, reply all means you're responding to everyone who was copied. So she does reply. So I get an email. You guys don't. He says, Ruth. But you guys Leslie. So you guys are thinking something else. I'm thinking something else. If she has replied all, then she'll Ruth, and you guys will say, no, it's Leslie. So then my people are copied. That means they need that information in that email thread. So reply also that everyone shares that information. Unless she won't Clarissa doesn't understand what's going on. You don't want to copy Clarissa on that email. So that is the only reason when you don't do reply all, when you deliberately don't want someone to be copied. Otherwise you always do reply all. If you say, let them know that you're working on it and you'll get back to them. If I went to say Jessica and she doesn't respond that day, then okay, she's busy. Email next day, she doesn't respond. Busy. For time that happens, what I'm thinking, she's slacking or she doesn't care. She might be extremely busy. Before I can go ahead and having a conversation. Taste. You don't want that. So if you're busy, 2 lines. communication. It's like talking, and she's working on computer and I'm talking. And she's computer. That's the rude. Regular conversation, right? Usually what she would say, let me wrap this up and I'll get back to you. So that's your talking. But you haven't received response. This is the other. If you are sending email, and if you have heard, then follow up. Keep updated. Send a status update even if task is not complete. Ask for a status. You don't want your senior manager to wonder what is going on. Is it done? Is it not done? Is my person slacking? Doesn't care? Can't do it? You don't. The more the better off you are. Call. Please know who to call. If you're working, if your panel machine is not working, if your X-rays are not working, if your chair is broken down, right, it's not working, if your phones are not working, who to call. All the information is on the screen there. You do the central team, but now you just your time and their time unnecessarily. They would tell you the thing that is already there. Who are effective managers, guys? My believe winners in what clear potential. All of you are capable of doing a lot more. All of us are capable of doing a lot more. And it's us who decide how much we can grow. Seriously. You are like in your giving your dreams. I truly believe that. But I always know what's important. Plan around what's important. Have set them. Resources. Your team is your biggest resource. Train them, leverage them. Train them, the more you can delegate. Hold them accountable. Measure their results. Manage them effectively. Make it effectively. Questions, thoughts, comments? Start these things next week. Give me an example. What was different?
Like starting using resources like the ICT rosters, because we do get folks really busy.
Right, so resources more actively. Okay. Right. And how will you take our time?
Get her a little early and
No. That time. If I were you, I would talk to Crystal and say that, okay, so responsibility and checking in patients. And morning, I'm just throwing it out, just thinking here. In the morning, I'll schedule these long-term procedures on Tuesday morning. These are 2 hours or more than an hour, so that there's no wake-up. And do the check-in for me, and I'll for my week, and I'll do the same. When I will do check-out for you, and you can plan. Right? Changing schedule so that you can time out of it and then plan, and that plan will then create a lot more time for you. Anyone else? Okay.
I would say prioritize. Yeah. Like how much I know we have to get done, and
Right. Mine, I don't know what is most important.
Trying to do everything.
Right.
How do I do that?
Right. I have to set a time to get my word. These are the things I do. This is probably as important. Okay, when these important things. Afternoon, daily, weekly, monthly, put them in the calendar. The time, and then hours, take your responsibility.
Really?
Take off, right? No?
I want to say you talked to me about prioritization, and I think you guys said I want to work on that week, and it holds me accountable, because I know, like, I told about some systems, everything else out.
Right.
And then,
So yes, did this. I asked Emily and others on what are 3 things, priority things will be focusing on this week. And she told me that, okay, this is what I'll be focusing on. I said, okay, how do you on this week? So I accountable. And on Monday, my email forced her to think what are all the things that were on her plate and to and what are the highest priority items. Pick those and then I also give her feedback that okay, these 3 are really that might be more important. So in a sense routine environment that also works. As team managers or office managers, you can ask your team members on okay, what are 3 main things to be focusing on or this week? Because the schedule has a lot of open holes, maybe schedule is the first thing. If the schedule is, then maybe schedule is not, right? Topic. Let's take a quick break. There's a snacks really. Some bring in here. We're getting back in 5 minutes. Take a break and we're getting back.